Hi, I'm Beck Connolly. I am trained and managed by Paddy Fitzpatrick. I fight for Fitzpatrick's Boxing Gym in Wiltshire. You can follow along my professional boxing career by tweeting at @LadyLuckBoxing. For all your boxing updates, please subscribe to Sporting Icons. Thanks.
On April the 28th at the Barclays Centre, New York, Katie Taylor will be defending her WBA World Female Lightweight title against Victoria NOELIA Bustos, who is an Argentinian who is also a champion but with the IBF version. So this fight will be a unification, and this will be Katie Taylor's 9th fight. Only 9 fights in and she's going for unification. So moving along very, very fast. Now, Victoria NOELIA Bustos, who is the IBF lightweight champion, she has a record of 18 wins and 4 losses. She has avenged a couple of her losses, but out of her 4 losses, she's never been stopped. Out of her 18 wins, and this is quite important, she's never stopped anyone either. So clearly she's a very good boxer because she's winning all of these on points. All 18 of her victories have been on points, and all of them, barring 2 or 3 here, have been by unanimous decision. So clearly a very, very good boxer. But clearly she's somebody that Katie Taylor doesn't really have to worry about in regard to being stopped. Hey, it's boxing, you never know, of course. I mean, she always has to be careful, no doubt about it. But you would have to pick Katie Taylor, even though she's only had 8 fights. So, you know, she's had 14 fights less than Bustos. But here she is. She's going to be the favourite, no doubt about it. And this Bustos, she's ranked number 3 in Argentina. So she's not number 1 yet for female fighters. And she's ranked number 5 by BoxRec in the world for female fighters of her division. Now, she's 29 years old, from Argentina, as I said, and she's only 5'4", whereas Katie Taylor, she's 5'5", so not a great deal of difference, I suppose, here. But of course, the age difference is a little bit, where Katie Taylor is 31. Obviously, she's from Ireland, and out of her 8 victories, she stopped 4 opponents. But the ones that she didn't stop, as in, like, she went on points and won by unanimous decision, she dropped her opponents in those, and it was comprehensive victories. It would be quite difficult to know exactly. Bustos, was she dropping her opponents? I mean, I'm pretty sure she has dropped some opponents in her 22 fights, surely. But to have not 1 stoppage on your record, that's got to give Katie Taylor a bit of confidence. Now, I'm not too sure about the other champions, the WBC or the WBO, but maybe it's a case of Bustos is arguably the weaker one. I don't know this for sure, okay? I really don't know. Now, they don't have any opponents in common, so Katie Taylor's never beaten anybody that Bustos has currently beaten. But as I said, this will be a unification fight in only Katie Taylor's 9th pro fight. She's an exceptional fighter. The way that she fights is lightning fast. Hand speed is unbelievable. Hits from angles, very, very fast on her feet, and she hits from very, very unorthodox angles as well. And her body shots are probably the keys to a lot of her victories, whereas the girls that she's fighting clearly don't like body shots. Well, boxers in general, or people in general, don't like body shots. It doesn't matter how chiseled you are, it doesn't matter how many setups that you do, or any kind of squats or anything like that. A body shot, when it gets through, it's going to take a little bit of a wind out of you. Now, Katie Taylor, is she going to be favourite to knock her out? It's hard to tell, it really is, because like I said, this girl, she's lost 4 fights, but she's never been stopped. And as I said before, she has actually avenged a couple of her defeats by beating the opponent in like a rematch, if you like. So, I mean, for me, I'm going to pick Katie Taylor to win this fight, no doubt about it. And I'm a huge fan of Katie Taylor, and she is exceptional. And of course, I'm going to pick her to win. It doesn't matter who she goes in there with, you know, Cyborg It's like she can come over from UFC. Yes, there's a size difference and everything, but I would pick Katie Taylor to win. She's an absolute beast. Outside the ring, she is what appears to be a very humble, nice person, very family orientated and everything. And obviously people of Ireland are very, very proud of her, and us in the UK are very proud of Katie Taylor. Her amateur career is phenomenal. Won gold here, there and everywhere. World Championships, Olympics, you name it. She's won gold. She's got that much gold. It's unbelievable. For Bustos, I'm not too sure about her amateur career, but clearly she must have been pretty good at it, because to go into the pro ranks and have 22 fights and always gone the distance, that shows that she's a very, very good technical boxer. She knows what she's doing in that ring. So Katie Taylor is going to have a tough night of it. I'm not expecting a very one-sided victory if it goes to points, but I do expect Katie Taylor to win on points. I mean, how often do you see Katie lose rounds? Very, very rare do you see it. I think she probably lost about 3 or 4 rounds in all of her fights so far, at best, really. But I hope Katie Taylor wins. I really do. For me, I think that she could be a household name for women's boxing, if you like, much like Ronda Rousey was for UFC MMA. So time will tell on this one, of course. Now, Katie Taylor, as I said, she's 31 years old, and of course with Bustos she's 29, so not a great deal of difference, but 2 years. But Bustos, she's been a pro since 2011, so she's been pro for 6 years now, or 6.5 years to be precise. But Katie Taylor has only been pro for, what, 1 year now? Something like that. I think that her pro debut was like the end of 2016, so just over a year now that she's been a pro, and 9 fights, so she's not sitting around waiting for things to happen. She's not going to sit on her title and just defend it here and everywhere against nobodies. She's taken on another champion in a 9th fight, so she can only be commended for that one. So anyway, for me, I believe that Katie Taylor is going to beat her. I don't know how she's going to beat her. As I said, there's nothing here that would suggest that Bustos can be knocked out, because as I said, she's never been stopped. But there's nothing there that says that she's going to stop Katie Taylor either. So maybe it'd be a points decision win for Katie Taylor, or potentially a stoppage, who knows. But this is a pretty good card. It's going to be headlined by Daniel Jacobs, and he's going up against Maciej Sulecki. Also on the card, you're going to be seeing Jarrell Miller going up against Johan Duapa, which is a very, very decent fight at heavyweight. And also you're going to be seeing Deontay Wilder's ex-opponent and big baby Adam Kaunaki's ex-opponent in Arthur Spilker. He's also on the card. There's another name on there as well, which I can't pronounce who he is and what or anything, so I don't know who that other person is. So for a second event for Matchroom USA, this is very, very exciting. So I do believe Katie Taylor is going to win this fight, and just like every one of her fights, I'm always supporting her. I've covered every single fight of hers. I really do like her. Katie Taylor is ranked number 2 in the world in her weight division. So I'm pretty sure after this one, if she was to unify, which I fully expect her to, she's going to go after the number 1 seed, if you like, in her weight division, and try and get the other titles. But of course, there has been talk that at some point she's talking about moving up in weight. But will she unify then move up, or will she unify then try and unify again before she moves up? So to be an undisputed champion in the lightweight division, that's some achievement for her. And as I said, she's very, very young into the pro game, so just over a year as a pro, she's pretty exceptional. I don't think anybody can really deny that one. As I said before, her hands are lightning fast and hurtful. You can always see the wincing on her opponent's faces, that when she hits, she hurts. Now, her last fight against Jessica McCaskill, again, that was a very good fight. McCaskill came to fight, and Katie Taylor did have a few problems in this fight, which was notably her defence. It's like she wasn't really sharpening up on her defence. But of course, afterwards we found out that she's actually been missing a lot of her camp because she had flu for a good couple of weeks of that one, and just couldn't shift it. So clearly that she was missing some kind of sparring or whatever it was. It affected her camp, and maybe that was a reason for her. I'm not going to call it a lackluster display, because she did comprehensively win by unanimous decision over 10 rounds. Now, this fight against Bustos is also a 10-rounder as well, and they are 2-minute rounds. I know some girls are doing 3-minute rounds now. They are, but this is going to be a 2-minute round one for 10 rounds. Anyway, drop your thoughts below as to your thoughts about Katie Taylor, and if you know anything about her opponent that I haven't said here, which is Victoria NOELIA Bustos from Argentina. Let me know how good she is, because for me, I haven't seen any kind of footage of her. I just know her record and that kind of thing. So anyway, drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.